I've got your energy stories for the second week of December 2022. Well, last week, 2 Duke Energy North Carolina substations were deliberately targeted by multiple rounds of gunfire, resulting in loss of power to around 40,000 customers and a mandatory 9 to 5 curfew in the area. Power was restored after 5 days of workers toiling around the clock, pursuing multiple repair paths, and replacing several large critical pieces of equipment, with a utility spokesperson commenting that, quote, the complexity of repairs required was extensive. For security reasons, the utility would not comment on what equipment was damaged. The attack is reminiscent of the 2013 gunfire assault on PG&E's Metcalf station outside San Jose, California. In that instance, power was successfully rerouted and perpetrators were never identified. More recently, and troubling, since mid-November of this year and prior to the North Carolina incidents, electric infrastructure in Oregon and Washington state was also attacked in 6 separate incidents, with some also involving firearms and leading to brief power outages. Well, the U.S. Bureau of Ocean Energy Management's offshore wind energy auction for 5 leases off of California, the first in the Pacific Ocean, netted a total of over $757 million from 5 different winning bidders. The lease areas cover almost 375,000 total acres off central and northern California, with a potential for over 4.6 gigawatts of wind capacity, enough to supply about 1.5 million households. Also in offshore wind, New Jersey has upped its third offshore wind solicitation target from 1.2 to 4 gigawatts. The Board of Public Utilities released the increased number as part of a draft solicitation guidance document that also includes some new proposed requirements, including offering an inflation adjustment mechanism, direction on requirements for new or expanded supply chain facilities, minimum standards for environmental and fisheries protection, and establishing evaluation criteria weighting to 70% price and 30% non-price factors. This updated target is in line with the state's expanded offshore wind goal of 11 gigawatts by 2040 that was set by Governor Murphy earlier this year. On to electric transportation. General Motors is rolling out the largest deployment of Level 2 EV chargers in North America to date, with a launch and first installations of charging stations in Wisconsin and Michigan under its Dealer Community Charging Program, installing as many as 40,000 Level 2 chargers open to all EV drivers that will be located at dealerships. The program was initially announced in October of last year, with nearly 1,000 dealerships having signed up. Participating dealers can receive up to 10 19.2 kilowatt Level 2 charging stations on premise. And sticking in the electric transportation space, Ford announced last week that its Ford Pro unit will deliver 2,000 electric delivery vans to Deutsche Post DHL by the end of next year. Perhaps more significantly, an MOU between the two companies identified additional deliveries and DHL's implementation of the Ford Pro suite of software products. Ford has identified its Ford Pro software and vehicle fleet management services as a big potential growth opportunity, and in this case it may help DHL manage its global fleet of 27,000 vans as it moves to electrify. One interesting statistic for the last mile service offered by the Ford E-Transit electric van: after tracking 30 million miles of activity, the average daily use of Ford's last mile short-haul vehicles is only 74 miles, well within the range of the 126 miles offered by the E-Transit's 68 kWh battery pack. In China, the National Energy Administration indicates the country installed 58.2 gigawatts of solar capacity in the first 10 months of this year, reaching a cumulative total of 360 gigawatts. Analysts foresee a record 80 gigawatts for the whole year. And finally, owner Starwood Energy imploded its 242 megawatt Logan coal plant in New Jersey last week, announcing plans to replace it with a $1 billion clean energy project featuring a large quantity of battery energy storage, though the company did not disclose project specifics. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.